2, 3, 4.
I grew up on a conventional farm. It's not organic or deep organic or anything like that. My dad always got Mother Earth News, and I liked to read the articles when I was young, and I always liked the idea of more organic, earth-centered farming, gardening. And so that was one reason I really wanted to garden more, is because I wanted to get away from paying a lot of money for organic stuff that you weren't really sure where it came from or what was used on it, and growing it myself. So I've always stayed away from chemicals in my garden of any kind and tried to use natural fertilizers like chicken. I use my chicken droppings, and I compost. I have a huge compost pile. When my daughter was born, we were living in an apartment in Virginia, and I started to think about how I grew up with animals all around me and plants and just playing in the dirt. And so when we came back from Virginia, we really wanted to look for more space. A lot around a half acre was what we really wanted. So this house, when we saw it, both my husband and I were like, this is the house we want. It didn't have rules about whether or not you could have animals, and so it was it felt like a little tiny mini farm. That's all I can handle. I don't want an acre or 5 acres out in Nampa, because I can't handle that with the rest of my life. But this is like perfect, and I love that my kids get to experience the chickens and the rabbits and the quail and the dirt and see things grow. I grew up in Washington, and Washington's great. Where I grew up, it's farmland, but the wind blows so hard, and it gets colder in the winter than it does here. Idaho is perfect to me. It's like, Boise is great. I mean, they grow a lot of crops here outside of town. You know, you go down to Marsing and stuff. So it's great farmland, and I just think it's the perfect place to live.